Hey YouTube, how's it going? Today is December 26, 2012. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody. Hope everybody got exactly what they wanted, under their tree. I know I haven't done videos for a whole long time. I've been really busy with school. Once we got to like the last 8 weeks of school, it was like crunch time. Midterm was over, so got to get prepared for the final. So that's why I haven't been doing a whole lot of videos. Today I got an entirely new, awesome deck profile for you guys. A lot of you guys have been asking me for a Dragon Master Knight deck profile. I'm getting to it. I'm still kind of working on it, so I don't have it yet. But what I do have for you is a nice new deck profile. If you read the title, you already know what it is, so we're just going to go ahead and get to it. And I hope you guys enjoy. Also, more news. I got my brother, we got a Elgato capture card. So you guys can look forward to some more, look forward to me starting some Let's Plays of like stuff on the Xbox, PlayStation, all that good stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead. Like I said, you guys are all here for the deck profile. So let's get to the deck. All right. So we're gonna start with the level 4 monsters first. This is the first installment of my Rescue Rabbit and Friends deck profile. So here's the first monster we have. Oh shoot, I haven't done this in so long. All right. Our first monster, we're running 2 Rescue Rabbits. We all know what it, well, you should know what it does, just in case you don't. I'm going to go ahead and go over it really quick. Cannot be special summoned from the deck. You can banish this face-up card you control. Special summon 2 level 4 or lower normal monsters with the same name from your deck. Destroy them during the end phase. You can only use the effect of Rescue Rabbit once per turn. So that's cool. I got 2 Rescue Rabbits here. Obviously, this goes really well in the dinosaur deck, which is what this is. So put that to the side. Excuse me. Next up for our level 4s, we have 2 Hyper Hammerheads. Hyper Hammerhead is a really cool dinosaur type. If it doesn't destroy the opponent's monster that it battles, then what ends up happening, go ahead and make sure I got this right, it is returned to the owner's hand at the end of the damage step. So that's really cool. You could get rid of a lot of problematic monsters with this card. And it works because it's a dinosaur card. So there we go. Next up, we obviously have our 3 Sabersauruses for our Rescue Rabbit. Good 1900 beater. Like I said, just good for Rescue Rabbit's ability. We also have 3 Kabazulas, same reason. 1700 attack isn't too great, but at the same time, we're really just using it for those really awesome Exceed summons. So there we go. This deck profile is called what I call Rescue Rabbit and Friends. You guys will see what I mean by friends later. Next up, we have the level 3 monsters. We're running 3 Jurrac Dinos. Not for any particular reason, it's just because it's a level 3, it's a dinosaur. You'll find out why I have these guys in later, because I'm going to explain. It's also a tuner, although we don't have any like synchros for this deck, just because I don't have a lot of good synchros that I can put in this deck. But there we go, there's those. Next up, we're running 2 Tech Genus Werewolves. When a monster card is special summoned, you can go ahead and special summon this card from your hand, so that's always really cool. And lastly, to round up the level 3s, we have 3 Gillasaurus. This card can be special summoned from your hand, but if you do special summon it, and your opponent happen to have a monster card or monster cards in their graveyard, they're allowed to special summon a monster card. So you gotta use it wisely. Yeah. Alright, so now we're going to explain why I have stuff like the Jurrac Dinos and stuff. Because our last 3 cards, we have our 3 Baby Cerasaurus. When Baby Cerasaurus is, if this card is destroyed by an effect and sent to the graveyard, you can select 1 level 4 or lower dinosaur type monster from your deck and special summon it. So I'm going to get to how we do that later with baby Cerasaurus. Some of you may have seen it. I made a video a while ago on showing how to go ahead and summon out Dolkka and Laggia without the use of Rescue Rabbit. So some of you might have seen it. Obviously, we can use this in combination with the Jurrac Dinos. We can use it with Hyper Hammerhead, all that good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and leave out baby Cerasaurus for a second because I do want to go over it some more. And I'm also going to leave out Rescue Rabbit. Because now we're getting to the magic cards. So I'm going to leave those out, put them over here. Magic cards, magic cards. First up, we're running like standard stuff. We're running One Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Book of Moon, Monster Reborn, and Mind Control. Alright? So those are our standards that we're running. We're also running 3 MSTs for back row support. You need a lot of back row support in this format. It's stupid. You know, 2 Tarantulas, 2 Bottomless Trap Holes, 2 Solemns. People run D-Prisons. People run all sorts of crazy stuff. And you know what? I like to have a lot of back row support because it's annoying. Because all those trap cards are annoying. So there are those. And then my kind of this next card it needs like a little bit of explanation. The next card we're running is 2 different dimension capsules. I would like to have like gold sarcophagus, but I don't have them, so I don't run them. I don't have a gold sarcophagus, so I make do with dimension capsule. I'll go ahead and read it to you, and then I'll explain why it's in the deck in a second. After this card is activated, it remains face up on the field until your second standby phase. Select 1 card from your deck, then shuffle your deck. Remove it from play and place 1 card face down. During your remove it from play and put it face down. During your second standby phase, destroy this card and add the removed card to your hand. Okay, so you guys might be wondering why I have this card in this deck, and I'm going to get to it in a second. I'm going to also put it out to the side with the Rabbit and Cerasaurus, baby Cerasaurus. We're going to get to the trap cards, and then we'll get to the extra deck, and then I'll explain the cards I have set to the side. For our trap cards, we're running 2 Chain Destructions. Here's why we're running this. I'll go ahead and read it off, and then I'll explain it. You can activate this card when a monster with an attack of 2,000 or less is normal summoned, flip summoned, or special summoned. Destroy all monsters with the same name in the summoning player's hand and deck. The deck has been shuffled. I use this card in combination with my baby Cerasaurus. Summon out baby Saurus. You already have Chain Destruction face down. Activate it. Go ahead. You can then throw away your 2 baby Cerasauruses. They don't have to be out in the field for their effect to activate. So by sending them to the graveyard and destroying them with the effect of Chain Destruction, baby Cerasaurus' effect activates. You can summon out your 2 Hyper Hammerheads and go for that rank 4 Xyz. Or you can go ahead, summon out 2 Jurrac Dinos, go for that rank 3 Xyz. Or maybe if you want to add some synchros, you can go ahead and sync one of your Jurrac Dinos with baby Cerasaurus, make a level 5, then sync it with the other, make a level 8. So that's why those are in there. And there's my explanation on that. So just in case you were wondering why we have those. Okay. Everything needs to go back over here. Okay, next trap cards we have. We have 3 Call the Haunted, just so we can recycle a lot of our monsters. Excuse me, I'll show you why in a second. That's just for recycling. Helps us do more Xyz summons, all that good stuff. Next up, we're running 2 Bottomless Trap Holes because I only have 2 warnings, and to be quite honest, 2,000 points, that's too much. And plus, with a Bottomless Trap Hole, you can destroy more than 1 monster. Basically, if a monster with 1,500 attack points or more is just normal summon, flip summon, special summoned, basically any kind of summon, you can go ahead and destroy them and remove them from play. And it works on multiple monsters. So if your opponent summons two at the same time, boom, you can activate this if they both have 1500 or more. Lastly, to round up the trap cards, we're running 3 Dust Tornadoes. I told you guys, I really hate back row. It's annoying in this format, like I said, because I really like to get rid of the back row cards before I make any kind of play. Before I summon a monster or I think about doing any big move, I want to get rid of that back row support, so I need a bunch of it. Torrentials, Bottomless Trapples, Solemn Warnings. All things that can ruin your day. So that's why we run a lot of back row support. You don't have to run this much back row support, but I like to. Alright, lastly, we're going to go ahead and get up to the extra deck. We run 1 Evolzar Dolkka, just because I only have one. If you have multiples, I suggest you run them. I will get to you in a second. Goodness gracious. Okay, let me read what Evolzar Dolkka does, just in case some of you guys don't know. During either player's turn, when a monster's effect activates, you can detach 1 overlay unit from this card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that monster. That's a really cool card. So, yeah, it's just an amazing card. It's got 2300 attack. It needs 2 level 4 dinosaurs, but that's of course why we have the rescue rabbits, why we have the baby Cerasaurus, and all that good stuff. So, awesome card. Just, yeah, I just wish its attack points were a bit higher. But, beggars can't be choosers. So there's that. Next up, we have 2 Evolzar Laggias. I'll go ahead and explain what Laggia does. It's just like Dolkka. It needs 2 level 4 dinosaur type monsters. When a monster would be normal summoned or special summoned, or if spell/trap is activated, you can detach 2 overlay units from this card. Negate the summon or activation and destroy that card. And it's got 2400 attack points, so that's really cool. We run 2 of these because they're awesome. And yeah, that's I don't think it needs any more explanation. Next up, we're running 1 number 16 Shockmaster. Really amazing card. I love this card. It's so broken. A bit hard to summon. It requires 3 level 3 monsters, but like I said, with all the Call of the Haunteds and Monster Reborn stuff that's in this deck, I don't think it should be too hard to be able to use this card. Go ahead and I don't think it should be too hard to summon number 16 Shockmaster. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to go ahead and read off its effect so that you guys know. Once per turn, you can detach 1 overlay unit from this card to declare 1 card type, monster, spell, or trap. That type of card, spell, if a spell or trap card cannot be activated, or if monster cannot activate its effects until the end of your opponent's next turn. So that's a really, really, really cool card. Obviously, if you don't have any Mystical Space Typhoons or anything, this is really good for locking down your opponent's back row for a couple of turns. Or at least a turn. So it's a really cool card. It's got 2300 attack points. It's decent, but if it takes 3 level 4 monsters, I would like it to have more. But beggars can't be choosers. So there we go. Next up, we're running 2 number 39 Utopia. As we all know what he does. He's awesome. Requires 2 level 4 monsters. He's a 2500 beat stick. For those of you who don't know, his effect allows him, by detaching an overlay unit, you can go ahead and negate an attack, either your opponent's or your own. And so that's really cool. However, just because I got in trouble for it one time, this was back when the Xyz monsters first came out. I had number 39 Utopia, and I read its effect. I'm like, cool, so I should be able to activate this. You know, like if my opponent go ahead, I attack, and they use Mirror Force, I should be able to activate it, negate my attack, and my guys won't be destroyed. But that's not how it works. It's not, you can't do it for those kinds of, you can't do it for, like, when your opponent activates trap cards or anything like that. Although, I guess well, actually, how do I explain this? Okay, so it's not like a quick effect, but it's a trigger effect, and meaning that It can only be done in certain situations, and that's when you or your opponent declares an attack. It's not a quick effect, meaning it can't be activated in it can't be activated in gosh, I can't think today. In retaliation to opponent's trap card or something like Mirror Force. So you got to be careful with that. So there we go. Next up, we run Gem Knight Pearl just because it's a good 2600 beat stick. Requires 2 level 4s. I don't think I'm going to use it all that much though. So there we go. Next up for the rank 3 monsters, we run 1 number 30 Acid Golem. I really like this card. It's really cool, really powerful. Basically, it requires 2 level 3 monsters. It has 3000 attack, 3000 defense, so it's a heavy hitter. It's a really cool tank. Obviously, it can be used to get over some really powerful monsters. It does have its drawbacks, though. While it's out in the field, you cannot special summon, and furthermore, it cannot attack without while it has no overlay units. And during your standby phase, you have to detach an overlay unit. Otherwise, you'll take 2,000 points of damage. You can take that damage and not detach one of its overlay units, but that's 2,000. That's a solemn warning. So you got to use this card really, really wisely. Next up, this is why I have different dimension capsule. Leviair the Sea Dragon. It's a rank 3, got 1800 attack, 1600 defense. It requires 2 level 3 monsters, and once per turn, you can detach an overlay unit to resurrect one of your banished level 4 or below monsters. That's where this comes in. Remember earlier, I took this card out, different dimension capsule? So check this out. Don't have Rabbit, you don't have a way to get to Rabbit, play different dimension capsule. Go ahead, search your deck for that Rabbit, banish it, and then maybe because you have your Gillasaurus and your Jurrac Dino or something like that, go ahead, special summon Gillasaurus, normal summon Jurrac Dino, overlay into Leviair Sea Dragon, use Leviair's effect, banish that, detach that, get your banished Rescue Rabbit, use Rescue Rabbit's effect, send it to the graveyard, boom boom, get your 2 Sabersauruses, overlay into Laggia. Sorry about that. And there you go. That's a really cool strategy, really quick and easy way to get out 2 very powerful Xyz monsters. And it's just an overall really, really great combo. Alright, let's go ahead and round up the rest of the Xyz. I just figured I wanted to explain that more than anything else. I think that's a really cool combo. Very excited when I thought of it. I'm pretty sure I'm not the first person to think of it. I was just like, oh, that's awesome. I was just looking through my crap cards and I went, oh wow, wait. I need to try this. Okay, lastly we have 3 more Xyz. We have Grenosaurus, 2000 attack, 2000 defense. 1900 defense. It requires 2 level 3 monsters. Basically, when it destroys a monster by battle, you can detach an overlay unit from him to inflict 1000 points of damage to your opponent. I don't really use it all that much, but it's still kind of a neat card to have. Lastly, we run 2 Wind-Up Zenmaines. I know I always bash on Wind-Up Zenmaines in my video, but it's a good card. If it's not going up against something like a 10 tempo, it's a really good card. Basically, it's got 1500 attack, 2100 defense. If this face-up card on the field would be destroyed, you can detach 1 overlay unit from this card instead. Once per turn, during the end phase, if this effect was used, target 1 card on the field and destroy it. Oh, hello, little girl! My mom just brought little baby. Oh, she bit her. Come here. Say hi. Say hi to the people of the internet. Hello. Yeah. So, let me put that down. That's it, YouTube, for my Rescue Rabbit and Friends deck profile the first. Like I said, let me go. Like I say in all my videos, I hope this really helped, maybe give you some ideas. If you guys have some constructive criticism, maybe ways I can make this deck better, please feel free to let me know. If you have any questions, maybe a request of decks you want me to do, go ahead and let me know. And as always, this is the Junk Synchron Hero, signing out. Peace, and happy holidays to everybody out there. Alright, talk to you guys later.